This won't be one of the usual clips. I invite you guys to debate with me and to find an answer together. Notice how I said Linux and not Linux, you guys from the comment section that pointed this out. Thank you for that, by the way. I'm glad you guys pointed that out. Anyway, I don't think the Steam Deck actually helps Linux gaming, and I'll tell you why. Remember when Windows Phone was a thing, and for a very brief time period, Microsoft actually had an Android app compatibility layer that enabled people and developers to just port their Android apps straight to Windows Phone. Well, they eventually shut that down, even though it worked quite beautifully. I tried it on my Lumia 950 for quite a bit, and they shut it down solely because they realized that this would just make app developers not build applications for Windows Mobile because they would have no incentive. They could literally recycle the work that they already have. And it makes perfect sense, especially if you're a company. Why the hell would you invest in the same thing twice when you can make use of your previous work? So, coming back to Linux and Proton and the Steam Deck, we can say that Valve is the sole catalyst that made Linux gaming a thing. Not to discredit the Wine team that was there before, but Steam's, and I would more rather say Gabe Knowles and Valve's efforts streamlined Linux gaming. But the problem is that it's not really Linux gaming, it's Windows gaming that's made to run on Linux, because we all know what Proton is and we all know what Wine is. In case you don't know though, I'll give a brief summarization. It's basically a translation layer that makes this Windows app work over here on Linux. And I would argue that Pandora's box is already open. Developers already don't have a reason to make their game Linux native anymore. If they want to support the platform, they will, and probably forever, just try to make sure that it runs under Proton and it naturally runs through Steam and there's no bugs, no issue. They will have one sad QA person there having to play the whole storyline of whatever specific game on Linux before they release it, and that's it. They will iron out those 3, 4, 5, 12 bugs and call it a day. But the question is, and I know it's kind of taking a philosophical turn, but should we count this or shouldn't we? Is this gaming on Linux or is this Linux gaming? I think it's more gaming on Linux, but I would argue that it's good enough for most people. And yeah, it kind of kills game development for the platform, but it doesn't kill app development. I think apps will still be native. I don't think games will be native, but I think apps will be native. Just like DaVinci Resolve has a native version. Once we have the proper market share, I think Adobe will jump in as well because they are a company and they love money. That's the thing with these companies. As long as it makes financial sense for them, they will kiss the behind of the Linux community forever. But unfortunately, we are not there. But I'm curious what you fine men think, because according to analytics, 99.8% of the people watching me are guys. So, my brothers in arms, tell me, what do you think? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think this is a very simplistic view of things? And if you think I'm wrong, I would love to hear you out on this. I love different points of view. But I know there's way more experienced guys out there watching this, and I would love to hear your input. In any case, tell me what you think of this new video clip format. It's a bit different than what I had before. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next clip.